Well, coming up, the Soul Club, which stands for the Students of Unconditional Love, they are having some seminars coming up at the end of this month on the 30th, then the first couple Saturdays in February. And today we have on their guest speaker who's giving these seminars. I'd like to welcome Miriam Drake. And Miriam, thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes,
Good to be
and
here.
what your seminar is going to be about is achieving end-of-life peace of mind.
Yes.
So, first of all, let's get your background. Let's start from there.
Okay. Well, I'm a professional counselor, and I've been counseling people, adults mainly, for the last 20 years. And I work mainly with people who have stress or grief or emotions that they can't somehow break out of.
Okay.
So that's the group of people that I work with. I have a private practice here in Lake Forest. And I began giving this seminar on end-of-life preparation back in Ecuador.
Wow.
About a year after my husband passed, I realized that no one was going to want to go through what I went through. I took care of him for a year in a third world country where there's no continuity of care.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out at every day, every hour, how to take care of this man. And he went through a series of 4 emergency hospitalizations and 2 emergency surgeries. And it just practically killed me. Well, I started making notes. I was invited by a friend of mine to give a presentation to a group of people. And I did that, and I realized that this could be a good way for people to figure out how to put together a system of guided support and for themselves, so that they wouldn't fall through the cracks. Well, long story short is I've given this presentation a number of times in Ecuador to the expat community there, and we have saved lives. This information has helped people get the resources that they need to take care of themselves. And so when I mentioned, after moving back into the village, when I mentioned that this is something that I'd done, people would say, we need that here. And I was like, really? This is the United States of America. But we all procrastinate on getting this stuff done.
Right.
And so what I've done is I put together a book that has a to-do list. The 11 things you need to do to take care of yourself, to get planned, prepared. Like, for instance, you need to find an estate planning attorney. Well, how do you do that, right? So the people who attend this are going to get information, but also we're going to share stories. There's going to be the emotional component of getting used to the idea that we're all kind of going to go at some point, and just accepting that fact.
And that's the hardest part, I think, because it's one thing to have the practical stuff in order, like you said, having estate planning type of thing. But it's hard for people to turn around and go, okay, I am now planning when I'm not going to be here.
Yes.
That's very hard, even though in the long run you're benefiting your spouse, you're benefiting your kids, your grandkids, and so on. That's a hard thing.
It's a very hard
it's
thing.
almost like you're planning a vacation or a party that you're never going to go to. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because people who you think would have this done don't have it done. There are some very intelligent, warm, caring, evolved people who have taken my seminar 3, 4, and 5 times. I'm thinking about a retired radiologist I know who took my seminar in Ecuador until he felt comfortable enough to move on to the next step.
Right.
And I want to make it possible for people to do that here. But so people who attend the seminar will receive the books. They will receive the workbook that has all the forms in it. And not only that, but I'm seating everybody at round tables so you can have an automatic group. I'm going to call these groups resource groups, because this to-do list is kind of cumbersome. So if everybody in the team, in that resource team, can split the to-do list, like, you know, let's find the top 3 estate planners or estate attorneys in our area, the caregiving associations, are there any good RN consultants in town, you know, this kind of thing, and share all this information, and then be there as resource for each other. If someone is so sick they can't get out of bed or they can't get to the store to get medicines, you've got a group of people you can contact. So this is kind of, you know, this is a nice thing. And also what we're going to do is we're going to complete one of the tasks on the to-do list right there in the seminar. We're going to complete the 5 wishes form, which is a legal document throughout the United States, and we're going to complete it together. And
this is what you have here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the 5 wishes form.
Yeah, and some of this, am I right with the 5 wishes? Is some of it like DNRs and things like that?
Yes.
That people. Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah.
You know, how do you want to be treated? Do you want to be resuscitated at various points?
Yeah.
How do you want your body to be cared for after you die? And this is really important. I had completed one of these when my husband, Fernando, was passing. And it specified exactly what he wanted.
Yeah. And
I was really nervous. And so I called his younger brother to say, I just want to make sure the family's on board with this. I want them to know that this is what Fernando wants. Is everything okay? And he said, you know, Miriam, you have done a great job. You can't make a mistake now, just go with it. And I did, and that gave me the backbone I needed. And this is good for the kids, for your siblings, everybody, to have this in writing. It's signed, it's notarized, boom, it's all set. All right,
that's really, it's gonna be helpful.
Yes.
And you know, you have 3 dates here.
Yes.
Do they have to attend each 3, or each one is for different groups?
No, each one is its own session.
All right.
I want people to have the opportunity to repeat it if they want to, and tell their friends and neighbors, you know, and family members to come and attend.
All right, so this is happening on January 30th, February 9th, and February 23rd. It's going to be over in Clubhouse 2. The fee is $25. And now, do they, since you are a speaker with the Soul Club, do they contact them or contact, I know you have an email here, affairsorganized@gmail.com.
That's where they need to RSVP.
All right.
And then pay for the books and pick them up on the 21st of January.
Okay.
Okay. So there's no fee for the seminar per se. It's a love donation for Soul Club, but there is a charge for the books I've put together.
Okay. Now, does the Soul Club on the club pages have this information as well? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have, you know, if people want to check there, because all the clubs are listed on our club page, and that way people at least get the contact there.
I'm hoping that the Globe is going to have an announcement in the next, either the next issue or the one after that.
Yeah, hopefully the next issue. Yeah,
that'd be good.
All right, but if you forget that, Miriam Drake's email, affairsorganized@gmail.com. Thank you. Nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you.
Take care. We'll be right back.